you should wait to go until after you report back to the others.
But if I let Vivia go alone now, I get the sense we'll never come to an understanding. I'm sure Vivia has seen something. That's why he's afraid of the truth. I also want to see what he sees. It may help me understand better.
Are you alright? Did his cryptic way of talking infect you? I hope this isn't a side effect of your coalescence.
I said I'd continue the investigation. But where do I begin?
Huh? I thought you already had a plan.
Nope.
You don't, huh?
If you have any expectations for my actions, then you're in for a disappointment. I'm good at avoiding trouble, but I'm terrible at handling it. I try to stay still and just let things pass. That's the kind of human I am.
That's because spectral projection allows him to investigate without moving an inch.
So, what have you learned about Dr. Weska's death?
Well, I gathered some clues, but I still have no idea how the culprit entered the area.
There are only two reasons a mystery goes unsolved. Either there's not enough information, or not enough smarts. There's no point in crying over the latter. Which means there's only one thing we can do.
Should we search the scene one last time?
No, the missing piece might not always be at the crime scene. It could have been launched far away, like pieces of shattered glass.
So you're saying we should check somewhere else?
I'll let you be our guide here. But I'd like to request minimal movement, the shortest possible distance.
Hey, Master? Are you sure there could be another key to the mystery somewhere else?
We did finish investigating the actual crime scene, so it could be a good idea to search elsewhere. We can use spectral projection to enter anywhere and look.
We don't have much time. We have to check the rooms we can access.
Just barge in and check everything!
Oh! This is the central lab. There might be some... Chief Yago was attacked in this hallway. The gory bloodstains are still here. They're from Chief Yako. This is where he was attacked by the hitman. Damn it all! If I'd only gotten here earlier, I could have changed his fate.
Yuma, did you see the hitman's face?
No, not clearly.
Then how do you know it was the hitman?
Because Chief Yako said so himself.
The hitman? Fink, the slaughter artist.
Also, the knife which was used to stab Chief Yako has an F inscribed in it.
Ah, the murder weapon always used by Fink, the slaughter artist.
You know about it?
I did some research after we got that note from the killer. I am still a detective, I suppose. He uses his knife to prove to his clients that he committed the murder. Setting that aside, don't you think these bloodstains are unnatural?
You're right. There are some strange marks, like something brushed against it. Considering the chaos at the time, I don't think it's odd for a mark like this to be here.
Look closer. This mark appears to have been made with someone's bloody fingertip.
Is it a dying message?
Could the chief have done it? Was he trying to tell us something?
No. It's more like he was trying to reach for something, rather than write out words.
What could he have been reaching for?
Master, maybe it's that house plan over there.
Maybe there's something about this plant. Oh, Vivia! Something's hidden behind the pot! A photo and a map?
Isn't this the map of this lab?
A map? Why would there be a map here?
As for the photo, I have no idea.
The photo shows a young man and a woman. The woman looks like she's wearing a lab coat. Is she a researcher here? The man is covered with blood. I can't see his face very well.
You keep staring at that photo. Did you fall in love with the woman? You really fall for every girl, huh?
I'm just checking for clues.
This is a clue? You don't know the connection between the case and this photo?
I don't. But it has to be a clue. This bloodstain was made by Chief Yako as he tried to hide this behind the pot. He left this clue and made sure the culprit didn't find it.
By using the last of his dying strength?
He's not dead!
There's another one, Master!
It says this is the electrical room. Maybe we can find the reason for the blackout here.
Let's check it out!
This is
It's really true. I saw someone suspicious right here.
Was it before or after the blackout?
Right after the blackout. I happened to be nearby when the lights went out, so I came here to turn the power back on. And I saw a dark silhouette pass right through the shadows.
That doesn't really tell me much.
Please believe me, it must have been the hitman.
So someone suspicious was wandering around here right after the blackout.
Does that mean it was caused by the hitman? Why would he do that?
Sorry about threatening you with the blade earlier.
I was so scared. I thought you were going to kill me. You weren't serious, were you?
Why wouldn't I be?
Huh?
To tell the truth, I wouldn't know if I'd actually slash your throat until I was about to do it. Although, there's a good chance Laura and the others would stop me.
So, you were serious?
I don't want to kill anyone if possible. I don't like seeing blood. But yes, I was serious.
This guy is dangerous.
Yeah. This is... There are a bunch of switchboards. It looks like the lab's power system. If this was shut down, there'd be a power outage in the lab.
All of the power to the lab seems to be managed here. Wait, I don't see a switchboard for Dr. Weska's lab.
That reminds me. Dr. Weska said the critical lab was on an independent system.
This critical lab operates on a separate power system that obviously includes its security measures.
I see.
That was a rather indifferent response from Vivia.
Maybe he's bored with the investigation? You better hurry or you'll run out of time.
This is...
Yep. Use the stairs so you don't get fat. Master?
Sure.
Hey, is it true that Dr. Weska was killed?
Yeah, just like that note said.
But why send a death threat? It'd be a lot easier to take someone out if you don't announce it beforehand.
It's a hitman we're talking about. Maybe it's his policy or something.
That's a good point. What was the purpose of sending that note? Plus, not only was it sent to the targets, the doctor, it was also sent to the peacekeepers and our detective agency.
Doing that would just increase security around here, making it even harder for the hitman to do his job.
According to my research about Fink, the slaughter artist, he's never sent a note like that in his previous cases. At the very least, it was not his MO.
So, this time is special?
Well, who knows?
Oh!
You know, that's...
Well, I see.
This is...
Yeah, that's right! Master? Shh. Master. Shh. What?
Yeah. This is...
Oh!
You know...
Hey!
That's true. Yeah. This is...
Yeah, that's right!
This reminds me. You went inside Dr. Weska's lab before, right?
Yeah, just once. I was forced to help deliver some food to him. I think it was about 3 months ago.
And he's been shut in there since, right? I'd go insane.
But the doctor was famous for being antisocial. It was probably the perfect environment for him.
Still, this is a bit extreme for the sake of avoiding people.
Anyway, when I brought in the food, he made me check inside those boxes repeatedly to make sure no one was inside. Not that there was any space for someone to hide in. The guy was just paranoid like that.
That's...
Well,
This is...
oh,
You know... This is the robot lab where we picked up...
Hey, listen up. The reason Dr. Weska died is because he deserved it. It's called karma. He always insulted my research. Serves him right! Serves him right! Oh, sorry. That must have hurt. This is also his fault. They still haven't come back with that Armapal I lent them. I'll take a bath with it once it comes back to me. Oh, but that means I need to start research on waterproofing it.
I think I've seen something I shouldn't have.
He certainly has a grudge against Dr. Weska.
I guess it's easy to find out what people are really thinking when you're in ghost form.
My forte exposes anyone's inner life and encourages them to tell the truth. That being said, it's thanks to this ability that no one comes near me anymore. Which is what makes you special, Yuma.
You think so?
you're way too naive, Master. It's pretty much a sickness at this point. I'm getting excited here!
This place...
starting to get attached. I think we could be friends.
This place. There's a manual for Amapel. I already know most of the controls, but I should read this. Amapel can be controlled via a special tablet device. Watch the camera feed from Amapel's eyes while you use the key buttons to control it. You can also use the mic to communicate via voice. For safety, the ends of the arms are ball-shaped, but can still be used for actions such as pressing buttons. However, while extending or retracting an arm, the controls for the camera and body do not function. This is to prevent the arm's wires from being tangled when children handle it roughly. It has a load capacity of 100 kilograms and is durable enough to withstand most falls. The sales pitch does say, withstand play with your rowdiest kids and tough enough for an elephant to stand on.
It's exactly as the researcher told us.
Yeah, there isn't much other information.
So, what room is this? It seems to be locked.
I told you, it's just storage. They keep it locked up because there are some confidential documents inside. Among us researchers, we treat it as perpetually sealed off.
Well, unlock it right now. We need to see if the detectives are hiding inside.
The only key is held by the Peacekeeper's director.
What? Director Yomi has it? Aren't there any other keys?
No, the Peacekeeper's director personally manages this area, so he has the only key.
I see. Guess we don't need to look inside. This conversation never happened.
Right.
Only the director has the key to this room?
There's gotta be some kind of secret here.
Right, let's take a look inside. From the look of it, it seems like ordinary storage space.
The files lining the shelves appear to be mostly old research logs.
Everything else is just junk and experimental tools. I guess this has nothing to do with the incident.
Nothing here seems to pertain to homunculus research or Kunai Ward's ultimate secret.
Huh? How do you know that?
There's a section with a missing file. He probably already disposed of anything he didn't want others to see. The secret we're looking for won't be here anymore.
So, the evidence has already been destroyed. After we finally found the secret lab, too.
There's a folder on the desk. The desk is covered in dust, but the folder isn't. Amaterasu lab map. Huh, I guess it's a map. But it's empty inside. Hey, maybe the map we saw outside could have been taken from here.
But why would it be left out then?
There's nothing else here. Seems like we weren't able to find anything of note. Sheesh. I was hoping this suspicious experimental lab would have a hidden passage or two.
For now, let's finish our investigation here and go to another room.
Such a pain. But I guess we have to.
I think that's about it. I think I've checked everything I could.
I knew it! You didn't get any clues for the case.
We have learned a lot here.
What?
But what did we learn?
That's all I can do to help. After all, I'm more interested in the story than in the truth. I think we should return to our bodies soon. There's not much time left.
Oh, then I'll go back too.
Hey, you're back! How'd the investigation go?
Well, I managed to get a lot more information thanks to Vivia's help.
Whatever, just tell us what you found. We don't have time.
Sure.
So nothing you found leads us directly to the culprit. Oh, damn.
Yeah, sorry.
If only we could get a glimpse of Dr. Weska's computer.
What could we learn from that?
The security logs. They should be saved on the doctor's computer. If we could check the logs, we could clearly see the security system status. With that, we may be able to figure out when and how the culprit entered the lab.
Can't you check the logs with that computer instead?
I can see that the log file exists, but you must log onto the doctor's computer to see what's inside.
You were in the doctor's lab! Why didn't you check his computer?
You cannot touch anything while using spectral projection, so obviously, we couldn't mess with the computer either.
Well, why didn't you possess a peacekeeper in the room and make him order the others to do it?
Don't be unrealistic, please. The ghost form isn't all-powerful like that. It cannot take over someone else's body, nor can it be heard. In fact, you weren't able to hear the conversation between Yuma and me when we were using spectral projection.
Master, I think you should carefully remember that spectral projection trait.
Huh? Why do you say that?
No reason. I just have a feeling.
Since it can't be done with spectral projection, someone has to go back there and look at the doctor's computer, right? That's basically jumping right into enemy territory!
This is bad. His heartbeat.
Are you serious? Is the chief gonna be alright?
Don't just stand there!
Right.
Chief, please stay with us! It was only a matter of time to begin with, but it looks like that time has come.
No! What should I do? At this rate, it'll be over for everyone! Chief Yako, Halara, Fubuki, Tetsuhiko, and even Fuvia. I refuse to let it end without saving anyone!
To be honest, even if you want to go to the Mystery Labyrinth, you don't have enough clues.
So you're saying we can't do anything until we check the doctor's computer?
Hey, Master. You've always been relying on others until now. Isn't it time for you to handle this by yourself? You may be a trainee, but you're still a detective. Try to save everybody on your own without asking for help.
Save them all on my own?
Nah, I guess you're really not that type of person, Master. I'm just teasing ya.
Yuma, what's wrong?
I'm heading back to check the doctor's computer. We have to find the final clue.
Wow.
Wait! Are you heading in there as yourself? Do you know what you're doing, Yuma? It's all over if you go out there and get caught!
Thanks to our investigation while in ghost form, I have an idea where the Peacekeepers are located. Now is our only chance before Yomi comes back with more Peacekeepers.
All right. I'll leave the investigation to you, Yuma.
Hey, are you sure about this?
Our hands are full just trying to treat the chief. We have no choice but to leave it to Yuma. The doctor's computer should have the security log and other important data hidden inside.
Right, I'll see to it.
I shall join you. That way, if you get caught, I can use my forte.
No, Fubuki. Please save your power for when everyone is in danger. I'll be fine.
Reversing time takes a lot of energy, right? It should be saved as a last resort.
All right.
I'll stay here as well.
Why? You should go!
There is nothing for me to do. Besides, even if we found the truth, it would not improve the situation here.
So you're just gonna give up? You gotta be kidding! Fine, I won't waste time asking you anything anymore. Just go to sleep or whatever. Yuma, you're our only hope. Show him you're no longer just a rookie.
Right, I'm heading off now.
Master, you're acting pretty cool.
I am a detective after all. Well, a trainee one.
Seems like my training is working. Oh, and Master? Regarding the clumsy girl's time rewinding power, you should probably keep that in mind too.
Huh? Why?
It probably has nothing to do with the case. Just a feeling. You know, just in case.
Sure. All right, let's move carefully so the Peacekeepers don't spot us.
Master, did you forget? There are peacekeepers up ahead! Master! Those...
Wait, there's... I managed to get here without being seen, but there should be more peacekeepers up ahead. I better keep moving and stay out of sight.
Wait, what if some toxic gas is still lingering around? Nah, just kidding.
I knew it. There are still some peacekeepers. But once I'm at the computer, I'll be in their blind spot.
How are you going to get past them?
I just need to reach the computer without being seen.
This mission is impossible. Master, you gotta make sure you don't get clumsy.
There's no time. We need to hurry up and check the... All that's left is to check the computer.
Who's there?
Oh no!
James, I told you not to get clumsy!
You're that terrorist detective. How did you get here?
I'll catch you and report to Director Yomi!
Master, you'll have to take a chance in the mystery labyrinth!
Wait, I didn't check the computer yet! I have to do that before going to the mystery labyrinth!
Then what are you gonna do?
What do I do?
Just come quietly. Resistance is futile.
What's the
Vivia!
Sheesh. What a pain. I want to die someday.
Vivia, you came to help me?
I always like to keep this syringe in my pocket.
He walks around with a syringe? He's like a walking cop magnet!
I know I should leave you alone, but curiosity got the best of me. You are like death itself.
You said that before, but I'm not the death detective.
No matter. I will be a witness to the end. Once you obtain the truth, I'll see if you choose to scream or fall silent.
I don't get what you mean, but you really saved me. And now I can check the doctor's computer. Vivia really helped us out there. Let's wrap up this investigation now. It's not locked. Oh, thank goodness.
No one could enter this room, so he didn't need to set a password.
Time to check it out. Let's see. Security log, reference folder 1, folder 2, folder 3.
Well, what are you looking at? And what did you find out?
Well, basically, when the security system is turned on or off, it automatically records the date and time in the log. So if someone cut the security and entered this room without permission, it would be recorded in the log.
Uh-huh. I don't really get it. I'm not into modern machines and stuff.
Huh? What's going on here?
What's wrong?
The only instance of the security being switched off was an hour ago. It hasn't been turned back on since, so... That means this must have been when I used Amapal to disable the security.
Right. So what?
Well, the last time security was cut was 90 days ago.
90 days?
Which means that security was up for at least 90 days before I disarmed it. There wasn't a single moment that security was cut during that time.
This old man was cooped up in here for 90 days? He's a bona fide shut-in!
That's not the problem here. There's no record of anyone coming in and out of this room. There should be a log of the hitman entering before we did. Since there isn't, the doctor couldn't have been murdered here. It's the perfect, impossible crime.
From the looks of it, it appears we have strayed further from the truth. The files are formatted to prevent editing. There doesn't appear to be signs that the log was rewritten.
We've checked the data, but it's just made the crime even more impossible.
And thus, the mystery deepens. Hysterical.
It's not over yet. There could be more secret data. Halara even mentioned it. His emails haven't been deleted. He's been communicating a lot with the same person. One message is fairly recent, too. This is...
Quite a suspicious exchange. I'm sure Doctor refers to Dr. Weska, but who's the anonymous person?
The address is just random characters jumbled together. It'd be hard to figure out who the person is just from this.
The doctor spoke to a mysterious person about leaking research and confidential information.
Speaking of which, Makoto mentioned something similar.
Well, this is just a rumor, but someone in Amaterasu Corporation is working behind the scenes with Dr. Weska. I don't know what they're plotting, but if this rumor is true, they must be dealt with eventually.
So his suspicions were right. Searching through the backlog of the emails, this appears to have been going on for over 5 years. But it seems like their relationship soured about 6 months ago. I guess the doctor wanted to cut ties.
So the doctor plotted to leave Kanai Ward, and this anonymous tried to stop him.
It's more like he directly threatened him, if you ask me.
Could Anonymous be the one who hired the hitman?
The doctor betrayed him, so he sought to kill the doctor. Makes sense.
The doctor didn't shut himself in here just for research. He did it to protect himself.
He felt Anonymous posed a threat, so he barricaded himself in a lab with impenetrable security. It also makes sense.
But he sure didn't act like someone living with a death threat, right?
Either he was that confident in his security, or it was just a facade. Regardless, this Anonymous is very suspicious. If only we could find out who this is.
Even if that person hired the hitman, we still don't know how he got inside.
True, that is the biggest puzzle here. How did the culprit get through such perfect security and murder the doctor? If we don't figure that out, the case can't be solved and our innocence can't be proven.
Huh?
What are you doing here?
You again? What are you, anyway? Were you born just to get in my way? Or was this all fated from the very beginning? fate is just an excuse for defeatists. Alright, fine. You're not just some shit in my path. You're an obstacle in the way of my ideals. A piece of trash. Trash must be dealt with properly before you rot and start to stink! What's your name?
Yuma Cocohead.
I see. I'll make a path through Kanai Ward's sewers with your name on it. Of course, it'll be named after your bones once they're dumped there. Hey! Capture these criminals! I'll execute them on the spot!
Shinigami, can you do it?
Of course, Master! We're finally acting like partners! And of course, it's all thanks to my patient training!
To the Mystery Labyrinth!
Surprise! Mystery Labyrinth!
This. I see. So this is your true power. Yuma. I knew you were dangerous.
No matter what you say, it's already way too late!
I want to die someday.
Down the rabbit hole we go!
Again with the falling. Why can't it ever be a gentle landing? Oh, Vivia. This is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
So, this place is a physical manifestation of mysteries from the case?
You can tell? Oh, well, anyway, this actually isn't my forte. It's...
Due to the power of death. Her, right?
Huh?
So you really could see me this whole time?
He could?
It's due to my spiritual affinity. Ever since I was young, I've been able to see otherworldly things. My forte was gained through training that innate talent. Though, I wasn't able to see her clearly like this before. I could tell you were talking to some haze following you around, but that was it. Until one day, I used my spectral projection at the agency, and saw that death got clear as crystal. After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO Underground Book Vault held something called the Book of Death. And also, that someone had taken it.
I take it? Before I lost my memories?
I don't know. Since you're a rookie, I doubt you'd have access to the book vault. Only a handful of people have WDO clearance for that.
Just a handful?
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious deaths of all those culprits? My guess is, clearing a labyrinth, a materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die. If that's the case, you've killed a lot of people with your own hands, Yuma.
Well, I didn't really kill anyone. It's just what happens when...
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still on your hands.
What? Hey!
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
I see. So you're determined to do this, huh? Sorry, but I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself. So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Is that so?
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you. Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
Regrets? I don't have any of those, but there are still some things I've left unfinished. Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
I don't care what you do, just don't get in our way. Well, Master, let's do the usual.
Yeah, okay.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
I am.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Here you go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Is that key something like a clue for the case? Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. So let's go and unriddle this mystery labyrinth. Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth.
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
Come on! You're bumming me out here.
I thought you were going to ignore him. Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
You mean Dr. Weska's murder? What were you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
I guess coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability. I don't know either.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their fort. Stay here.
Oh, so now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Ooh, there's that mystery!
Huh? I told you to stop surprising me like that.
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
Huh? Why didn't a problem appear?
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either. Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing. Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is... the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out. The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits, but we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure. Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako. That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
Yomi Hell's Smile.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Right.
You pieces of shit. You're disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward!
This guy doesn't seem like an easy opponent.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako, for everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death! You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder. Which makes you the culprit. The ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder! Which makes you the culprit!
Right.
But...
You're the ones who killed
Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
This is the truth.
When the body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab. But something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth? Don't make me laugh. There was an intruder? That's impossible! And in fact, you proved that yourself! Don't make me laugh. Shit!
There was an intruder?
That's impossible! And in fact,
You proved
that yourself!
Damn!
Get him! Don't make me laugh. Shit! There was an intruder?
That's impossible! And in fact,
You proved
that yourself!
That claim doesn't hold up! What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder!
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh! If there was another intruder, then where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right? There's no place to hide in the critical.
Now slash through this mystery! There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth!
Right here!
We're just now getting to the point? What a pain.
Hey, don't sigh. This is a good thing.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
intruder for sure. We know someone bumped into Amapal.
The culprit probably hit Amapal on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master.
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or searched for them. And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Right.
Another fork in the path.
Seems like we're finally at the central question. This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
Right here!
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide? If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Huh? A trap?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? You should have said so earlier. People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Master, we have to get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
All right, I'll try. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide. Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
Right here!
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab. That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
This route is wrong too? Again?
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you! The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Resting here wouldn't help me at all.
Right here!
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
Huh? What? This was the last route!
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels. Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
Really, Master?
Of course not! Focus! We need to get out of here! The log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in. What's going on? Were all three routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
Hey! There's another door!
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared!
Interesting. The Mystery Labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route!
They use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
Then, the culprit is... I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before. How dare you trick me! There is no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
Hold on!
Another trap?
That's why I said to wait! There's no way Vivia's the culprit!
Then, prove it and beat this thing! I won't be convinced until you do!
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife. So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
Anyway, let's go back.
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed. Nothing's changed.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely. But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing? Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel that truth may be.
Can I handle it?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant. This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you'll have to prove your conviction and expose the truth, like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path? That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants wants to. Then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master. Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle? You can do it, Master! Nice! 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 Nice!
A new route appeared.
This is all thanks to me!
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life. I want to die someday.
This guy's hopeless!
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True, and that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way. Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the... Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. It must be related to what the doctor just said. So the question is, who did the doctor say, "Who are you?" to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this!
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one? Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapel. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.